All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about the incredible story of Strike Finance. This is a project that didn't just launch on the Cardano network, it pretty much took it over, right out of the gate. We're going to break down their exact blueprint for success, from the very first line of code to becoming a total blockbuster. Let's get into it.
So that's the big question, isn't it? In this crazy hyper-competitive world of decentralized finance, how does a brand new project not just get by, but completely dominate its market from day one? That's the blueprint we're here to unpack.
You know, every great story starts somewhere. And for a project like this, it doesn't start with a flashy announcement. It starts in the background, with the quiet, super intense, and absolutely crucial work of building the engine.
Think about it this way. You can't build a massive skyscraper on a shaky foundation, right? It would just collapse. Well, for a trading platform that's going to handle millions of dollars, that foundation is its backend. It has to be secure, it has to be fast, and it has to be built like a tank, all before a single person ever clicks a button.
And what's really wild is just how much work went into this foundation. This wasn't just a minor tune-up. We're talking a complete overhaul from the ground up. They rebuilt everything, from the user vaults, which is the core of their V2 system, all the way down to the deep infrastructure and critical security layers like two-factor authentication. This, right here, is what a rock-solid foundation looks like in code.
And this quote from the team, man, it just says it all. This was never about rushing to get something out the door. The goal was perfection. This relentless focus on getting that core engine exactly right was the first and maybe the most important step in their whole journey.
So you've built this incredibly powerful engine. You've fine-tuned it. You've made sure it's perfect. What's next? Well, it was time for the next phase. It was time to finally open the doors and let people see what they'd been building.
But here's the thing. They didn't just launch straight onto the main network where everyone's real money is at stake. Nope. Their next move was a public testnet. You can think of it like the final dress rehearsal for a huge Broadway show. It's your chance to run the whole thing with a live audience before opening night.
And for the community, the invitation was awesome. It was super simple. Get on the testnet, supply some liquidity, which just means you deposit funds for other people to trade with, and in return, you get to earn a share of the profits. This was key. It wasn't just an invitation to test the system. It was a chance to actually benefit from it before it even officially launched.
So let's be clear on why this step matters so much. A testnet isn't just for the developers to find bugs. It's about building trust. It's the team being totally transparent and saying, hey, here's our work. Come kick the tires. Help us make it bulletproof. This proves the platform is stable and it builds a ton of confidence with the community before real money is on the line.
Okay, and that brings us to the main event. The engine was perfected, the systems were battle-tested in public. It was officially showtime. And the results? Well, they speak for themselves.
78%. Just let that number sink in for a moment. Right after launch, Strike Finance was responsible for 78% of all the trading volume on the entire Cardano network. That's not just a successful launch, that is total market domination.
And this chart just puts it in perfect perspective. You can see the scale of what they pulled off. It wasn't a small win. Strike wasn't just another player in the game. Overnight, it became the center of gravity for all trading activity.
But look, being the biggest player is only half the story. You also have to create real value for your users. And they delivered big time. To date, the people providing liquidity on the platform have earned over 5 million ADA in profits. This proves the system doesn't just attract a lot of attention, it actually works for the people using it.
So this creates this really fascinating story of supply and demand. On one side, you have this massive trading volume. And because of that, you get incredibly high utilization of the money people have deposited. 80% of it was being used. That is a sign of a super healthy, thriving platform. And their call for more liquidity, that's not a weakness. That's a signal of overwhelming success. It's a really good problem to have.
So, what's the big picture here? What can we all learn from this journey from a simple blueprint to a market takeover? Let's connect all the dots.
You know, the takeaways here are crystal clear. Number one, you have to build a strong technical foundation, or nothing else matters. Two, that public testing phase is absolutely crucial for building trust. Three, grabbing 78% of the market is undeniable proof that you've built something people actually want. And four, over 5 million ADA in profits shows they delivered real, tangible value to their community.
So, when you step back and look at the whole thing, this isn't just one project's lucky launch. It's a powerful case study for anyone trying to build in the DeFi space. It's a masterclass in how to properly build, thoroughly test, and successfully scale. It's how you go from a blueprint to a blockbuster.
And all of that leaves us with one final, really fascinating question to think about. When you achieve this kind of market dominance, this quickly, what do you do for an encore? What's the next frontier for a project that has already captured its entire market? That's a story we'll all be watching very closely.